I am so excited to film this video. If only you knew. If only you knew. When I upload videos with this title, lots of people get excited. So maybe you are as excited as I am. I have not filmed a book recommendation video in so long. As you guys know, if you keep up to date with my content, I have been a little bit MIA when it comes to book recommendations, just because I am, one, pregnant, and second, I've been dealing with the first trimester, but we are now in the second trimester, bitch, and shit is happening. I'm back to reading. I'm feeling like myself again. So I'm ready for the fucking sick, twisted romance wrecks, okay? Someone said to me the other day, your book taste is going to change once you become a mum. And I don't know, maybe it will, maybe not. I don't know if I'll ever not love the Mafia, okay? I mean fictional Mafia. I'm not talking about the real Mafia, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't think I'll ever not love it. You know, I love the bad shit, bitch. I've always been a bad bitch that loves the bad shit. I just always have been that chick. So I don't think it's going to change once I become a mother. I'm hoping that my future children are not going to be like me in this case, because if that is the case, pray for me. I'm not religious, but I will take your prayers if you're willing to pray for me. Here we go, bitch. Here's some fresh new Mafia videos. People are always asking me to film more Mafia recommendations. I'm just not that person that reads tons of Mafia like all year round. I'm a mood reader, so I'll go through stages where I binge read Mafia for like a month and then I don't read it for a year. And recently I read some really good ones that have gone down as my favorite Mafia books of all time. So of course I wanted to share that with you. So if you love the bad shit, the Mafia shit, the criminal syndicate shit, then let's get rocking and a rolling, hun. We're gonna get into the video and I'm gonna tell you about these books. I don't know how to be on camera anymore. It's been like so long not being on camera that I've lost my mojo, okay? I've lost my mojo. So let's just, again, pray for me. Let's pray that the mojo comes back, because with me without mojo, I don't like it. I don't like not having mojo. And that is my door handle. 𝐒𝐑𝐂𝐈𝐀𝐋, the first Mafia book I'm recommending today, is such a fucking banger. And if you follow a lot of bookstagrammers, booktalkers, booktubers, you know that this has been circulating everyone's TBR and everyone's read it as of recently. This is called Mafia Mistress by 𝐒𝐿𝐿 Ferreira. I don't have her last name, her surname, her author surname on my list, so I can't read it properly. But it starts with an F. Her first name's 𝐒𝐿𝐿. Love it, bitch. First off, it's a duet, which we love that. We love a duet. Mafia Mistress is one of those books that you start and you just cannot stop. Bitch, let me fucking tell you, I read this in one sitting. Well, technically it was one sitting. I started it in like an afternoon and finished it the next day and moved straight on to the second book. Not gonna lie, when I first read the first chapter, I was like, I've kind of read this plot before, and I'm such a picky bitch with Mafia books. Like if I've read a similar plot, I'll just move on to the next book type of thing. Like I've read so many Mafia books at this point that some of the plots become predictable and like recycled, and I just want fresh Mafia plots. So with this one, it starts off with this girl getting sold to this guy. Well, not sold. An arranged marriage is set up because her father is a Canadian gangster in the Mafia, and he owes the Mafia in Italy a lot of money. So he's just kind of like, well, how about you, big dog? You get your son and then I'll get my daughter, and then we'll make them marry, and then my debt's clear. Like that's how he went about it. This sexy, naughty, bad, real bad, older, age gap, older Italian man that's in the Mafia comes to Canada to collect his son's new wife. And she's not what he was expecting. And he wasn't expecting to be attracted to her. So there's a little bit of like confrontation and some angst and some chemistry between them, because they have the hots for each other. But she's meant to be marrying his son. I loved this book so much because even though it starts off in Canada, it's set in Italy, and you know me, I've said this a million times, I love when my Mafia books are set in other places other than the States. especially if they are set in Italy. There's just a whole vibe when the book is set in Italy and it's about the mafia. Anyway, this whole aesthetic of the book was just glamorous and just like real ass mafia, and I loved it. It's so good. It was like a 5-star read for me, and the duet was really good as well. So if you're looking for a good mafia book and you have not read this one, bitch, I'm sure you have, but if you have not, where you been at? Where you been at? Because it's really good. Like, it's really good. And I believe this may be a series. I think she's going to come out with more books, and if that's the case, rock and roll, baby. I'm here for it. You know what I mean? I'm here for the bad shit, bad bitch. The Mafia Mistress shit, like, I'm here for it. We've got Dangerous Temptation from Gianna Darling, which is also a duet. I haven't read the second book yet, but I have read this one, and I really enjoyed this one. It's about this girl whose mum is kind of like a gold digger. She's just one of those women that like sleep with men for money. Not like for money, like she doesn't actually get paid, but like she seeks out relationships with men that have money to support her. And she ends up banging this mafia man, and then she dies. Her daughter and her youngest son are left with no guardian. So this mafia man that was banging the mom ends up becoming the guardian. She ends up moving in with this mafia dude, and the angst is there, the chemistry is there, and the attraction is there. It's a whole ass vibe, baby. It's a whole ass vibe. But please keep in mind, this is a taboo book because of the age gap, and also, you know, the guardian ward situation. Okay, he's meant to be your guardian, and he used to bang your mum. Like, I don't know about that, sis. I wouldn't go there, but she does. She does. And you know what? In the fictional world, I'm down for that. I'm down for the forbidden. I'm down for the shit that's not okay in real life. I'm down for all the stuff that people like to get cancelled for these days, okay? Alright, so I'm recommending this book because of the book I'm going to recommend after. I've already recommended this. My first ever Mafia book, like, recommendation video, I recommended The Italian by T.L. Swan. I love this book, and this was the first Mafia book I actually read, and it's what made me fall in love with Mafia. So it's about this Australian girl who goes to Italy for a holiday by herself, which, first of all, is super crazy to me. Like, I would never travel overseas by myself. I don't know, man, would you? I guess there's some places that are super safe for women, but I just wouldn't be catching myself on a fucking plane by myself, fucking flying to a country I've never been to before. Absolutely not, you know what I mean? I wouldn't even know who the fuck's up or down or what's sideways, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't do it. Anyway, she goes to Italy, she meets this man, they fall in love, then he, like, ghosts her, and then a few years later, she gets brought back to Italy because she gets a job over there. Little does she know that this man that she like spent a raunchy weekend with ended up being the guy that like had the power to bring her back over. Anyway, long story short, you should read this book before you read this book, okay? Because this book is connected to this storyline and you get a glimpse of it at the end of The Italian. And I've been waiting for this book for 2 fucking years, yeah? 2 fucking long years. 2 long years. So when Ferreira, I think that's how you say it, came out by T.L. Swan recently, I read that shit, bitch, and I read it hard. And this is one of my favorite books of this year. I loved this book. I knew T.L. Swan was going to do it for me because that bitch never lets me down except for the Casanova. It's the only book that I was like, not my fave. But it was still good. It just wasn't my favorite out of that series. When I started reading this, I was like, yes, bitch, bougie vibes, such good vibes. Super taboo, honey, okay? So, I don't want to give anything away, but it's a sibling relationship. And it's so good. It's so good. There's a lot of plot twists. There's a lot of things in the book. Just give it. Give it a chance. I'm telling you right now, it's so good. I don't even know how to explain this book. Okay, so this young man finds out he's been living a lie. He finds out that his father, after his father dies, was a part of the mafia. And he was actually married to someone else and had a whole ass family. And he's like, what the fuck? Really? Really? All this shit goes down and he gets handed the family business. And the family business is the Italian mafia. So this book is also set in Italy, by the way. Both the Italian and Ferreira are. I think that's how you say it. I just think Ferrero Rocher. Like the chocolate. Anyway, Yeah, so he gets handed over this business and then he like kind of connects dots and he's like, holy fucking shit. This bitch that I've been like hooking up with and secretly kind of dating is actually my sister. So they call it quits. They don't talk to each other and they don't talk to each other for fucking years. And then she comes back into his life and shit gets started again and it's, oh my god, there's so much drama. And again, it's got this whole like bougie Italian money, Gucci, fashion week vibe about it, and it's just so fucking good. Like, I love mafia books that have that like aesthetic. You know what I mean? You get what I'm trying to say. It's just so good. Not only is it good because there's like the taboo aspect of the sibling thing. What? Give it a chance. I promise you, give it a chance. Please trust me. Like, I'm no sick bitch. Trust me. The whole sibling thing is epic. Like bougie Italian mafia set in Italy. It's just so good. And T.L. Swan has the best writing. If you're in a slump, so many of you are in a slump right now. I know I have been, and I read this with ease. Like, it was just flowing like a movie, and I was like, oh, I miss this bitch. But yes, this book, 5-star read for me, and one of my favorites of this year. And there hasn't been many. So that's saying something. So I read this one. I don't know who it's by. You'll see it on the screen. Read this right now. This is another one that I read in one fucking sitting. I was like, oh my god, this is brilliant. Someone actually recommended this to me last year and it's been on my Mafia TBR for this entire time, and I recently picked it up. As I said, I read it in one sitting and fuck me up, bitch, this was so good. This, without giving it away, has one of my favorite tropes in it of all time, and I didn't realize going into it that it had this trope, which made it so good. Okay, it made it so much better. Oh my god. So it's about this girl who comes from a rich family, and her dad owns like a pharmaceutical company or something like that. Anyway, she sneaks off to Las Vegas one night with her besties to like get poppin', you know what I'm saying? They end up walking into this club, wanting a good time. They're ready to get their pussies poppin', okay? And then they end up bumping into this like really scary mafia type of man who ends up like doing some bad things to them. But the main character is saved in the moment because when she's brought into one of the back rooms with this scary mafia man and all these other scary mafia men, she makes eye contact with her sister's ex-partner who she always had a massive crush on when she was a kid. Yes. And he literally saves her. And then they end up fucking in Las Vegas that night. So it's like he comes in, swoops in, saves the day, rescues her, fucking saves her from getting like her head chopped off and probably gang raped by a bunch of fucking mafia men. And then she bangs this dude in the moment, love and life type of thing. And then it goes from there. It's so good. I cannot stress it enough. He's one of my favorite mafia men that I've ever read. I think his name's Ben from memory. Bennett? I can't remember now, but oh my god, he's delicious and he's so possessive. Oh my god, so possessive. Anyway, good book. This one was a 4-star read for me. Loved it. Loved every minute of it. Then we've got Ivan by Sophie Lark. Now, I forgot the name, the Underworld series. I think this is the first Mafia series that she ever came out with. And I read Ivan a couple of months ago and I really liked it. It's set in Russia. It's about this assassin chick that is like out to kill this mafia man, and she gets caught by the mafia man, and then like shit goes down between them. This was a really good book for me because it was like fast paced, and I have noticed over the past, I want to say 6 months, that with any romance I need like a fast paced book. This one was fast paced, full of action, and the smut was there. Again, I just want to remind you guys, this was like one of Sophie's like first books that she released. So I don't think it's on par with the rest of her books. Mind you, I haven't read her Kingmakers series yet. I do have The Savage. I haven't read the other ones though. And I'm planning on it eventually. But yeah, this isn't on par with like her most recent releases, but it's still really, really good and I really liked it. And there was another one from this series that I read as well that I liked. Roman, which I think that was set actually in Paris. I can't really remember that one now, but if you haven't read this series from Sophie and you're curious and interested in reading this, then I would highly suggest it, like especially Ivan. I really, really liked it. It was steamy, smutty, like action-packed, and like just a good Mafia book. I just really enjoyed it. I also recently finished The Angel's Cage. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, if you've been around this entire time. Last year, I did a video called My Favorite Russian Alpha Male Characters or something like that. And I recommended a bunch of books with Russian heroes in the book. Anyway, and I mentioned 𝐒𝐈𝐍𝐊𝐒 from the Devils Lair. Anyway, I have had the duet on my shelf for months and I totally forgot that I hadn't finished it. So when I was reading all these Mafia books and I was like, I'm in the mood to read a Mafia book, I ended up picking up the second book, which was Angel's Cage. Please read Devil's Lair first and then read the second one because it's the same story, just continued on. But it's so good. Oh my god, I love it. And one of my favorite things about this duet is the relationship between the heroine and the Russian hero's sister. They're like best friends and I fucking love it, okay? I love that shit. And anytime there's like girl power, girl gang, fucking besties in any fucking book, I want to like jack it off. Am I okay? The Devil's Lair is about this girl who's on the run. She ends up finding this job to become a nanny in the newspaper. She applies for it, goes there for the interview, realizes, holy shit, this is a fucking fortress around a mansion. And this motherfucker is definitely Russian and he's definitely in the mafia. And it's like modern day, okay? It's not like old school, like 90s brat bar. You get the vibes. Well, anyway, she becomes the nanny for his son because he's a single dad. And she's like teaching this young Russian boy English. He doesn't know any English. And even that is just so cute. He's the cutest little man ever. Anyway, yes, so that's pretty much the plot. She starts nannying for this dude. They have the hots for each other. But like he's trying to figure out, why are you on the run, bitch? And she's trying to figure out, are you mafia? Anyway, guys, that is all the current, recent mafia books. I'm not going to recommend just any mafia book I read. I only want to recommend books that I truly enjoyed. There's been tons of mafia books that I've read that I haven't liked or I've DNF'd. So keep that in mind. They're not going to be as frequent either because I don't read Mafia all the time. I am a Mafia queen, but I'm just very particular now. Like I've read so many Mafia books. It's actually a joke now. As I said earlier on in the video, they've become predictable and just the same plots keep coming up. So I like to recommend ones that are fresh, new on the scene with like a different plot that I haven't read before. And these ones do it for me. I'm telling you right now, the main two that I really want you guys to read are actually, well, the main three out of this video. Ferreira. But you gotta read The Italian first by T.L. Swan. But that one. Mafia Mistress. So fucking good. The ATF's massive too, so it's super like, oh, I don't know about that. But bitch, he's so hot. Oh, fuck. I just cannot deal. My hormones cannot deal. And also, Commended to Love, or whatever it is. I'll link all the links to Amazon down below in the description box. So you can click on the link and go straight to Amazon and either buy it, get it on Kindle Unlimited, or buy the paperback, whatever you choose, whatever you please, baby. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, thumbs it up. Let me know if there's any new, new Mafia books that you have loved. Thank you for watching. It means the world to me. If you enjoyed this video, thumbs it up, okay? Okay, subscribe before leaving. Follow me on all my social media platforms. Everything will be linked down below. I hope you have a good day. Thank you again for watching. It means the world to me. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.